Hello and welcome Team Fortress TV. My name is Console. I'm joined by FrickMyNick. Got Azazel pushing the buttons on production. Tonight we got a real special one for you. It's going to be Ascent versus Ford Gaming. How you doing, Frick?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to see some top level TF2 tonight.
Yeah, definitely excited. Actually, this match is going to be going live in just a bit, so I think we should have enough time to run down rosters and give some brief thoughts. First of all, we have Ford Gaming. You got Bear sitting on Medic, Jarrett playing Demo. Sai is actually missing in action, so they have May playing Pocket tonight. Trip is their roamer, Sandblast and Yash on Scout.
Yeah, and on the Ascent side of things, we have Yite and Slumnish on Scout. We have the roamer of Laz and the pocket of Jae Hyun Pei, with bot mode on Demo and Skis on Medic. Their entire roster stayed the same from last season, and their synergy has grown quite a bit as they were able to pull off a pretty big upset versus Froyo last week. They did 4-3 on Granary.
Hold on a second.
So yeah, so Ascent's coming off they're the only undefeated team in ESEA, coming off a hot upset from beating Froyo last week. So I feel like they should be coming in this match feeling pretty good about themselves. Ford is currently, I believe, 7-1 or 6-1. Their only loss being to Froyo. They have yet to play Ascent. This is the last team they have to play in their first half of their season rotation. So it'll be interesting to see if Ford can stand up to the giants of Ascent.
Yeah, I know I saw them play yesterday where they had a pretty convincing win, so I think they'll be going into this game with some good momentum in terms of team energy. I'm really interested to see how they perform with May, seeing that I know typically May is a medic main, and they are playing without Sai, who is currently MIA, as my sources tell me. So
Yeah, but May's no stranger to the soldier class. He has played an invite previously, not as much as he's played medic, but he has some invite experience on soldier, so he's no stranger to the pocket soldier class.
yep. Well, hopefully he does have a good performance tonight. I definitely say he is one of the players to watch as we are starting to go live. I'm actually going to be watching bot mode on this rollout.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this mid plays out. We're gonna see Jarrett here a little slower than bot mode, going for the Valley rollout. Bot mode's taking up choke, but Jarrett's not even there. We're gonna see a fairly fast rollout out of May playing underneath, trying to get some spam for his team. Both the teams playing tentatively. We're gonna see both the pockets trying to take some positioning on the bell tower. We're gonna see the counter jump from Laz, and on the other team's Tetris, he's gonna be the first half of the mid, followed by Jay and bot mode. Laz to follow as well. Trip and May going down. It's just the scouts of Ascent trying to fight the two scouts on Ford with Heat. Bear sitting behind his scout. We're gonna see the cleanup from Ford, and they take the first mid.
Yeah, Sandblast and Yash did a really good job of playing on the high ground in Tetris and denying those soldier moms, because it looks like they were getting a lot of ground onto Bear, but they got eaten up alive, and with the rest of the team cleaned up, that's going to be easy win on mid for Bear, and we are going to see them with a full advantage as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say the two scouts of Ford just playing their heal after Skis being the first one down. Ascent is forced to play a lot more aggressively because the longer the fight goes on, the more those heals matter. So we are gonna see Ford gearing up to push last here. We're gonna see the engineer and sniper setup. Yite on the engineer, Slumnish on sniper. Slumnish sniper is very, very scary. He is going to be sitting on the right side looking for an angle, and looks like Ford's going to gearing up to go on this top right. They're going to lead through on Sandblast with Jarrett jumping. Looks like Jarrett's going to eat a body shot, getting pretty weak. He's going to get healed up here. They're going to get the gun, but they're not going to find much else with this Uber. And we're going to see Sandblast and Yosh go down. And May is going to follow it up on a pick on Ascent. Bot was going to find two, though, with Laz being default. It is just Bear alive, and Ascent repels the Uber ad push from Ford.
Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there, but Jay right there was hiding in a really key position on the back left. Let the whole team pass behind him, and then he got some really good kills there and some good damage as well. And I think that was pretty important to their hold here.
Yep, so we are going to see the Yosh sniper on the side of Ford. They're repelling the Uber from Skeet. It looks like they're trying to go through choke. No, they're rotating all the way to Cafe side. So they're going through the long haul, but this is the easiest way to avoid the sniper sight line. Bear's at about 60% already, so they have about 18 seconds to work with here with this Uber out. We're going to see the high bomb out of the soldier, and Trip's going to go down, but they are going to get the force out of skis here. Looks like Trip's going to be the only death on the side of Ford. Ascent's trying to gear up to try and get in from the choke point. They're clearing some stick, and Botmo's going to try and bomb through. They're going to try and chase in. They're going to get Sandblast, and here headshot coming up from Yosh, but Laz is going to get picked. It looks like everybody's going down on the side of Ford as they've overstayed their welcome on there too.
Yeah, Laz had an absolutely crushing bomb from Valley, just caught the entire team by surprise, was able to take Bear down from out of nowhere, and the rest of the team falling around him. There's a few spawners on last, but it's not going to be much, as we see it the first round going in favor of Ascent.
Yeah, Ascent catching Ford off guard there from what it looks like. It doesn't seem like Ford was prepared to continue repelling the offense from Ascent, and it pays off the dividends of the soldier bombs. We are going to see the first round going over to Ascent. Looking at this next mid, we are going to see Jarrett a little bit faster than bot mode on this one, trying to play his right side. Bot mode's kind of playing underneath. We're going to see a really fast bomb out of Laz. One crisp direct takes down the demo from Ford. We're going to have to see some aggressive play out of Ford to try and negate the fact that they are missing their big spam class of Jarrett. We're going to see some aggressive soldier bombs out of Trip. We're going to see Skis being the next one. Zambla's going to find that one. May's going to get Jay. Bot mode and Yite are going to trade out May and Yosha on the other side of things. It is just going to be Sandblast, Bear, and Trip alive. It looks like Trip is in the back line, so you're going to be coming back into the mid. You're just going to try and meet up with Bear and Sandblast, but it looks like it's going to be an Ascent mid.
Yeah, Trip was looking pretty low there, ended up just escaping, but actually, it looks like Ford might want to recontest. Sandblast walking in. Oh, a huge air shot!
Oh, but Bear hits the arrow. Oh, huge plays from both of the players there. Laz hitting a massive air shot onto Jarrett, but Bear is able to hit the arrow to keep him alive. And it looks like Ford's going to re-push in here before Ascent is able to cap up on this mid. They still have that full Uber as Skis went down in the mid. He's sped up about 35% now, and Bear at 100% still.
Yeah, they're going to have to move rather quickly, though. It's going to take some time to cap this mid off, and by that time, there will be starting to get some more Uber as we see Ascent climbing up 60, 70 now. Ford are going to have to move fast, and it looks like they're starting to peek into Cafe, rotating into Choke now.
Yeah, it looks like they're gearing up to try and go off this, but Skis is already at 90%, so I think they've kind of missed an opportunity here. It's a bit of a dilemma to try and have to push. We're going to see May bombing in from the choke, making some space so we get Trip in deep. Trip's going to get in on not going to find a single rocket onto Ski. Jay blocking for his medic. And we're going to see Laz on the counter sack. Neither roamer is able to find anything, so we are just going to see the stalemate special here, where teams just prod into each other. But it looks like May's going to jump in from the choke. He's actually going to pick bot mode with 2 nice direct. He should go down here shortly. Yeah, Slemnish is able to clean that one up, but with no demo on the side of Ascent, we should see Ford trying to get something here.
And that exactly is what we're going to see. Ford here moving through Cafe. They're actually going to catch the combo into Choke, and it's going to be an Uber trade here. Players are pretty hurt, and they're going to drop Jay as well. So looking really good for Ford right now as they're going to walk in. Soldier jumping in onto the medic, but Sandblast here going to try and clean him off. Yite will go down, and Laz following. Things not looking too good for Ascent right now as they get pushed back into their last, only 3 up.
Yeah, and with 0 positioning on the last year Ascent backing out, they're going to get a free entry top right into last R4. They're already in on the point. Sandblast and Bear playing the point, and with the soldier bombs delaying Ascent, they're going to tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, really solid return here from F150. It's nice to see them putting up a fight, and I think it really shows that this matchup could be a very close one here as we go into the next mid.
Yep, so we're going to see the rollouts from both teams. It looks like bot mode's opting to go through Valley, Jarrett going choke much faster into mid, Laz going for a very fast bomb onto the other team's Tetrick. Going to find some good damage into Trip early. We are going to see Jarrett go down again early. Bot mode with the sticky snipe across mid. Bot mode walking forward, getting a ton of damage into Trip. Jay is going to clean that one up, and it looks like it's going to be an Ascent mid off the back of that early play. May is going to trade out for Jay in the back lines, but not going to find much. And with 3 down on the side of Ford and only 1 down on the side of Ascent, it looks like Ascent is going to take mid and 2 here.
Yeah, right there, May really wanted to get Skis, but he took what he could get, and unfortunately it wasn't enough to pull anything back. We will be seeing even Ubers here, and Yash is on that engineer class, so I think it'll be a little difficult to get a sack in early, but I think if they spot it out, it could be pretty clean.
Yep, and we're going to see a pretty standard last hold from the side of Ford. They're just kind of playing their positioning on the right side here with both their soldier They still have Sandblast on Scout, and we're going to see the Bombin from Laz going to get absolutely denied by the Sentry Gun. Knight's going to go down to a trap from Jarrett. Botman's going to find the gun, but not before it already has denied the 2 sackers from Ascent. With 2 down, we're going to see Ford trying to prod into Lombi. They're going to find some damage onto Jay and Shutter, but Sandblast is going to go down on the counter sack, and that should cancel everything from Ford.
Yeah, I was actually a little interested to just see them go all out with the bomb. They spotted the sentry early and had some good damage on it.
Yep, and we're going to see Bomb Mode spamming down the gun once again. So with no gun, we should maybe see a sack here. Yeah, it looks like Jay is gearing in to go for it. He's going to jump in. He's going to find no damage onto Bear. And with the revenge crit, Yoshi's going to gun him out of the sky. Bomb Mode claims another sentry gun, but that's all Ascent has found. We're going to see the Bombin from Laz. He's actually going to take down Sandblast and find some decent damage into Trip, but they're not going to find much with no soldiers on the side of Ascent. This is push territory for Ford, being that there's only 1 spam class for Ascent.
Oh, Yash was pushed up so aggressively as sniper, but he got found out. He was trying to come up from dungeon. Scout spots him, unfortunately. That looks like it could have been really scary for Skis, but he does stay alive. It looks like things are going to start to reset. There's a little bit of fighting here on the right side, as May will take down Yet, getting a little too aggressive there without his team.
Yeah, and we're going to see the Slumnish Sniper for the side of Ascent, so Slumnish Sniper is a very scary prospect.
The Scout gets behind! Sandblast got behind and gets the force onto Skis. That's so important!
Yeah, Slumnish takes him down with a headshot, but this is definitely push territory for Ford. It is even Uber, and they're going to be trying to push out. I would hope they try and push out with this Uber ad. It is even score-wise here, though. They are able to take some risks. It looks like May and Jay are going to prod into the Shutter a little bit. Looks like Trip's going to try and get in from Dungeon, clearing the sticks. Jay's just sitting on bats, though, so they aren't really in a position to push R4. Skis at about 30%. This is tough to push because there are some very good sniper sightlines on second here, and Slumnish Sniper is very scary. It looks like they're going to use through in the bottom left. Sandblast and May. May is going to get a little denied, but Sandblast is going to try and chase out Jay. It doesn't look like he's going to claim that one. Sandblast is going to get into mid and take down Slumnish, and Bear's actually going to find the arrow onto Jay. Jay was standing still waiting for an arrow of his own medic, but Bear found him first. So with 2 down, Skis does have about a 60% Uber ad here, but they are down 2 players.
Yeah, I actually really like that defense. They were set up in a really nice position. They were able to get out easily, albeit losing 2. But they do keep that Uber advantage, and they only concede 1 point, though. They might be conceding another now, as F150 going to be pushing onto the point. Deep bombs in as a return from Ascent, though. Sandblast will go down. The Uber's going to get forced out now as the rest of the team start to fall back. They'll find Jarrett as well, so second possibly to be retaken. There's actually a soldier in the backlines in Cafe, so
yeah, it looks like they know about it too.
Ooh. Yeah, they do.
Slumnish is going to fight him in there. Oh, but Trip's actually able to win the 1v1 on single-digit HP. He was able to finish off Slumnish. Trip killing himself with the self-damage as he was fighting Laz and Cafe. We do see about a 30% advantage for the side of Bear. 1 down on each side, but Yite's going to run in on the top right and pick Sandblast. So with no scouts on the side of Ford, it looks like they're going to be relegated to their lap. This is going to probably give us a chance to build up their Uber.
Yeah, honestly, that kill on Slumnish was probably a godsend for F150, because without that kill, I think losing those other players in lobby, Ascent would have probably committed to try and getting a force, if not full committed for last.
Yeah, and it looks like with Yosh on Engineer, it looks like they are committed to the last hold R4, and the Skis is coming up on the last 2% of his Uber. I'm curious to see what Ascent does, because they've already tried like the typical sack waves. They weren't able to find much, so I'm curious to see if they'll put Slumnish on Sniper quickly again, or if they're going to try and go for another run to sack.
Well, you say that, I see a spy. I see a May spy. I like this player.
Yeah, and he's committed out of spawn. We're going to see Laz spam down the sentry gun here, so it looks like this is sack territory for Ascent. Looks like Laz is gearing up to go for the top right. He's going to jump in. He's going to find Jerry. He's going to miss his first rocket. Gonna find some decent damage into Yosh, and Laz is actually able to take down the Engineer. And Slumnish is in as well, trying to find Jarrett, but Jarrett eating up all the heals from Bear. It looks like May has been found out on the other side of things, so he's gonna be trying to make his escape through the dungeon. He's actually gonna live, and Jay's in. Oh, I'm sorry, Sandblast is in onto Jay, and, not able to find the force onto Skis, and bot mode goes down to Trip. So with 3 down on the side of 4, they are gonna get spawns, but they don't have a demo on the side of Ascent.
Yeah, it's a tough call. I think they're probably not going to push, especially seeing as they're just now taking lobby control with their soldiers. I think it's feasible to see another sack here, though. Well, actually, we see Slumnish on Sniper, as you said, and he's going to be taking a deep peek on the left. Is he using the Hitman's Heatmaker?
He is.
That's
I thought I noticed it
in a long
earlier.
time.
Yeah, he's going to go down to May. May's just going to get his 300 and walk at him, throwing his weight around as the pocket soldier. So We're gonna see Sandblast aggressing Laz in the dungeon area with some help over the rest of his team, and they're actually gonna pick that one up. So there are 2 down on the side of Ascent. Slumdish is gonna spawn on Scout. But during this rollout time, there is a brief period of forward v sick, but does it look like Forward's really able to go? Oh no, they're in from the bottom right. Sandblast and Bear are in. They are going to be trying to take an exchange from what it looks like. Skis has yet to use though, and Bear's Uber's at about 25%. It doesn't look like Skis is going to have to use it all. Sandblast is going to go down. And oh, huge air shot on the trip. The 2 soldiers are going to go down, but they're going to get Bear for it with just the, with just 3 up on the side of Forward. Doesn't look good for them here. They're going to take their heals to point. They're going to bait out the cap, and it's going to be a quick 2-1 for Ascent here.
Yeah, unfortunately, when they decided to take that fight, both of their soldiers took a lot of spam, and it forced them to fall out of the fight. Actually, May fell back with like 20 HP, so unfortunately, I think that's what might have gypped them in that push. But we do see ourselves coming into the 4th mid here.
Yep, so we are going to see both demos arriving at about the same time. Bomb was a little hurt in comparison to Jared. Jared getting some good early damage. We're going to see a pretty passive mid out of the side of 4. They're playing this, just taking their positioning, spamming them. Sandblast goes down a little weak, and we're going to see the Soldier Bomb out of Laz and Jay. They're going to find Bear and Jared. They are going to go down in return. Actually, Yite is going to go down, and it looks like Laz is going to live, trying to get healed up here. Trip and Slumdish are going to trade out. Olaford is trying to aggress Ascent in their valley, but it looks like Ascent is just going to get healed up and try and fight this mid with heals.
Yeah, Laz peeking in, trying to see where they are. Probably calling that information out to his team. And actually, yeah, as you said, they are going to be coming here from Cafe.
Oh, Laz is the upward air shot on the main. Bomb mode's able to clean. And Bomb mode's going to find the pipe on the Sandblast. And we're going to see Yosh down so weak underneath the point. Just spamming his pistol, trying to get the pick on the Laz. But they are going to get their respawns of Jay. And they're going to clean up this mid. 3 down on the side of Ford. And they are about a 50% Uber disad as well.
See, Nick, right now I think it's looking like an Ascent round again. They've got their Uber advantage. There is an engineer up, and there is a gun going up as we speak, but Ascent have actually been quite good at dealing with the sentry on last.
They have, and their pushes have looked pretty good today. It looks like Ski's gearing up to go underneath. Yosh is going to find a pick onto Laz early. Looks like they're going to go underneath with this one. It's going to be Slumdish and Bot mode. They're going to find the gun instantly, but it doesn't look like they're going to find much else. Trying to clear the stickies on the point. Slumdish is going to meet the pyro of Yosh, but it looks like they're going to cancel their push, not having found anything, and Bear coming up on his Uber.
Yeah, initially they did a really good job of locking out F-150 into their left spawn, but they kind of left it and ignored it for point, so they were able to flood out, especially with that Pootis and Pyro combo. And it looks like now they're going to be fighting on second now as team fight is occurring. Jay trying to hold on.
Got in from underneath and got the force on the Bear. Yite is going to go down in the flank, going to die to Yosh there, but they're going to get the force out of Bear, so Skis is about a 60% advantage to go off of. They're still working on building it up. Looks like they're trying to peek from the valley side of things. They're going to give it up as Forward does have the numbers advantage here.
Yep, we will be seeing Yite and Laz come up from their spawns just now, so this would be prime time for Ascent to start looking at where they want to go, and indeed it is looking like it is going to be from Cafe.
Yep, they're going to get in. It looks like it's going to be the standard Slumdish and Bot mode Uber. We're going to see Trip Bomb. He's going to drop Ski! Oh, with the help of a roller from Jared. Skis is going to drop that Uber, so Ascent is going to be looking to try and find anything on the point. They're going to bomb Bot mode in. Bot mode's going to find some good damage into Bear. Bear down to about 90 HP. Both the soldiers are in, and they're going to clean up Bear. May's going to go down as well. It's just going to be a scrappy DM fight. It's going to be Laz's Slumdish first is Yosh and Jarrett. Looks like Slumdish is down super weak, and they'll be looking for the pack in the bottom left area from the defender's perspective. Yosh is going to meet him in line, and Yosh is going to clean that one up, taking only 9 damage. And Laz is going to trade out for Jarrett. But it looks like Ford's going to come out on top of this DM fight.
Yeah, Ascent really wanted to go for a pinch play there, but it all revolved around that 1v1, and Slumdish lost it, so unfortunately forced to back up a bomb into choke, trying to put some damage on as Ascent are trying to pressure this mid and making sure that F-150 can't take it just for free, and actually it's going to turn into a whole team fight here as both teams have showed up.
Yeah, Ford tried to take mid off of the back that they had a couple player ad, but they push into the spawn advantage territory of Ascent, and they are going to lose 3 players here. Yosh is down super weak. He's going to meet up with Bear. Should get healed up. It's roughly even Ubers. Skis is about a 6% disadvantage. Shouldn't really matter. But Ascent is capping up on the other teams too, and it looks like they're gearing into going to last. They're in from the top right from their perspective. So I'm just trying to go. Oh, Yosh is going to get skied. on the other side of things, Jay's gonna get a frag, and Lad, so the soldiers from Ascent finding frags, but doesn't look like they're gonna get much else. And it looks like Ford is gonna go down on this defense. Ascent's gonna take half 41.
That is an unfortunate way to lose a round. I will say though, Yosh, every once in a while, you'll be on last, you'll have a desperate sniper pot shot and then switch off. It's like a 1 in a million, but he got that million chance. That was a fantastic shot from him. Unfortunately, closing out the half, taking the L.
Yeah, I mean, with a sniper of the caliber of Yosh, Yosh has played quite a bit of Highlander, and he's playing 7s for Furio, so he's got a lot of sniper experience. I wouldn't say it's quite 1 in a million with a sniper like Yosh, but it is pretty rare to see that. It's pretty unfortunate. Get the stereotypical, guys, how did we lose that? I got the medic.
It always does hurt a little bit on the inside. Though, in the end, the medic is not the only class. There are 5 others you need to deal with. And, Ascent will take it convincingly 3-1. It's been pretty close so far, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and one of the things that we did comment on in the our little pregame talk before they went live was seeing if May could step into the shoes of Sai, and it looks like May's been playing really, really well from what I've seen. Especially in a lot of these defenses, he's just throwing his weight around as like a 300 pocket soldier. I haven't played against May on soldier very much, but not to my knowledge, he's not like a crazy DM soldier like Sai is, but he's been doing a lot of work from what I've seen on a lot of these defenses.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm pulling up the stats here to take a look, and I'm very not used to the new ESEA stats.
It's all right. This is the last season we'll have to deal with that, so be able to hopefully get our superior logs.tf stats for future seasons.
Hopefully, TM. But looking at them briefly, looks like bot mode is going to be topping out the damage done per minute with a solid 317 lead over just about everybody else is sitting in the 240s and 250s.
Who stands out kills? Who's top fragging right now?
We got Sandblast top fragging going 16 and 15. Following close behind him is bot mode going 14 and 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bot mode's been getting a lot of frags, especially on a lot of these offensive pushes. Like, when they Uber in, like, he's getting, like, 2 kills very, very consistently, which, I mean, 2 kills doesn't seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but when it's every Uber push and you're a demo, like, that's a considerable amount of work that you have to put in. And especially, too, when Slemnish is your Uber partner, and Slemnish is usually finding something as well, it does not bode well for forward.
Yep. Oh, wow, Bear got a kill. I didn't catch where that happened.
I want to say he got just a random. Yeah, he got the arrow kill onto Jay into mid. Jay had bombed into second, and we thought he got out. He was standing still waiting for an arrow from skis, but Bear found him first.
What a classic blunder.
That is truly one of the worst things. It's like, hey, I need an arrow, and then you're just waiting and waiting, and then you tie to something. It's the soldier life. It's 2019. Soldiers need a lot of arrows.
Now, going into the second half, I feel like one thing I really want to see is I want to see more of these mids out of Ford, because Ascent in that last mid especially, it seemed like they were a little disconnected, especially from their combo from their soldiers. And Ford had been doing a good job of cleaning it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the last time I watched Ascent play, I think it was on this very map, I want to say, they do a really, really good job of just late in DM fights, just grouping up and throwing their weight around. Like, when it's a 3v3, they do a really good job of just coming back to skis or playing around, like, whoever their big damage dealer is, whether it's bot mode or maybe Laz, and just playing together. Whereas Ford, a lot of these late DM fights are typically split up, and it makes it really hard for them to set anything up. Like, you can try and go for those pinch plays, but it's so hard to get the timing right. And more often than not, Ascent is coming out on top of the DM fights because of their positioning together.
Yep. Well, I'm wondering what's delaying this.
I think the boys at Ford are having their halftime pep talk. They're talking over, like, what isn't going right for us, you know, what can we do better, what is going right, like, how can we make the things that are going right better, just, you know, going down the list of things.
Yeah.
And, let's say, and then another thing I've noticed a couple times too is when Ford tries to go for pushes, Trip is getting behind a lot of the scenarios, but I think he's just not going quick enough, or his team is losing the fights too quick for him to really be effective, like, as a pinch. And I know it's very, very it's a really good strategy to send a soldier behind and try and set up a big pinch like that, but he just isn't really finding the opportunities. I don't know if he's just getting spotted when he's going behind and he's just not able to find an opportunity to go in, or like I said, if his team is just losing out the fights too quickly. But there's been 2 or 3 times that Trip has just been stuck behind after his team has already lost a push.
Yeah. I think the other thing that stands out to me too is there's been quite a few Uber v Uber fights and just team fights in general, and I feel like in the Uber v Uber fights, Ascent just have a really clean edge. Skis is, other than that one drop there, Skis has actually been doing a really good job of keeping his Uber held onto and getting a better Uber off than Bear, I feel.
Yeah, I think that's more so the sticking together as a team and being able to find out like what exactly everybody's role should be in these DM fights, and when these Uber exchanges break out, everybody kind of knows exactly what they need to do. And whereas I think on Ford it's not quite as clear cut. A couple players have an idea of what they want to do, but they might be overcommitting team resources to something and making an opening for somebody on the side of Ascent. Like I said, just in general, it seems like Ascent kind of has a better game plan. And I'm 99% sure that comes down to the fact that they played together for a season, whereas Ford is a relatively new roster.
Yeah, I think that May, as impactful as May has been, I think that might also be hurting it. I know that May and Bear are good friends, and I'm sure they have a good synergy, but I'm wondering with the rest of the team if that maybe is an issue. I know this is, I mean, from what I understand, Sai basically went MIA and they just grabbed somebody.
Yeah, I'm not super sure. Like I said, I was just informed very shortly before the match that the word on the street is that they would be playing with May. Like I said, May is no stranger to playing Soldier. He's played it in Invite, but he played with Lunatic. I'm trying to think of what season it was, but it's the only Soldier experience of mine that I know comes to mind. I know he tried to play in the preseason this season with the team that tried to form with Mustard Overlord, but unfortunately that team did not come to fruition. Well, sorry, Mustard still got his time to shine in an Invite match, so.
What a time we live in, Nick. Mustard Overlord playing an Invite match. Truly the prophecy has been fulfilled.
I mean, it is the last season of ESEA, so it was now or never.
You're not wrong.
So yeah, we are just waiting for the teams to ready up. This must be I hope it's a hell of a team talk that Sandblast is giving his boys on the side of Ford, because this is it's a pretty long halftime right about now.
It has been a minute. Now,
based on the round timer, it's been about an 8-minute halftime, which normally they're about 2-3 minutes. Normally it's just that, maybe we're down 3-1, let's just pull the band-aid off and get this over with. But I think this does bode well for Ford, though. The fact that, if they are taking this time to have a team talk and kind of talk things out, like, hey, what isn't working for us? Like, it shows that they're still in the game mentally.
Yeah, I think it is a positive thing. However, I think it might... I don't think it'll bite them in the back. Obviously, having a team talk is good, talking about your mistakes in the previous half, but putting this much time into a halftime talk, and then in the next round, I guess we're going live and we'll see, but I think in the next round, if they really get rolled, just have a bad mid and lose fast, I think it might be Tilt Town.
Yeah, I mean, it also does kind of kill Ascent's momentum a little bit if you put him out of the game for about 10 minutes. We are going to go live with our second half, however. Ascent is up 3-1, just as a reminder. Bot mode's going to be rolling out Valley, so is Jarrett. Jarrett's going to be a little bit faster than his Soldier counterpart. Laz, again, with the fast rollout, going for some early spam. Both teams are going to be meeting on the Red Cafe side here, though. We're going to see Trip eating a bunch of damage early, along with Jarrett. They're going to get healed up. We're going to see the double Soldier Bomb out of Ascent. Both of the soldiers are landing in the choke, but they aren't able to find it. Ski's going to be the first death. Trip was able to get in and get that one, so I'm just going to trade it out. The damage is done. We're going to see Ascent trying to get aggressive here. They should be looking to try and get a pick on the Bear. Bear's down to about 60 HP. It's just bot mode Yite, however. Yite's able to get it. Oh, he's able to get Jarrett as well. Some excellent DM showing out of Yite, able to clean up a couple key frag. But we are going to see Ford winning out the mid.
Yeah, I like the idea of throwing Laz and Jay behind to distract and come in later, but I feel like they were out of the fight too long. By the time they were back in, they lost their medic, they lost their demo.
Yeah, and they also landed in the same place, so one scout's able to keep both of them in check, so as soon as one person's looking at them, it makes it very hard, but it looks like Ascent is going to come out on the 2. They are going to pick May here, and it looks like they're going to be able to hold their second. So Ford not quite getting much more than the mid. We're going to see about a 10% advantage on the side of Ascent. Ski's getting a spawn slightly before Bear, but doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Yeah, I can see them maybe trying to send sack a little bit early, but typically it's a little bit difficult to work off of these 5, 10, 15% Uber advantages.
Yeah, but these, those are the kind of Uber advantages that when you do get something, you're getting a lot out of it. Because a lot of times the other team doesn't expect you to push. May was standing in the spawn door holding it for a second. Doesn't look like anybody on board opted to go back. Skis' advantage grew to about 20%, but I think it was just some poor building on the side of Ford. But it's not going to end up mattering. They're going to get their Uber. Ford is down 3-1, but they do control mid, so, the ball's in their court to make something happen. So, in theory, you should see May and Tripp trying to go for some plays here.
Yep, Tripp getting buffed up here by Lemetic Bear, so looking to move through Valley, but looks like he's been spotted. Actually going to do a high bomb off the wall, try and land on the medic. Gets a nice rocket off onto multiple people, but will not connect a second. So looks like we might see counter sack here.
Yeah, Laz did the get down, Mr. President, put himself between Skis and Tripp there and ate the rocket. We're going to see the counter sack from Laz. He's not going to find anything. He's going to go back. So, didn't want to overcommit there and donate his life to the cause, but we are going to see things kind of stalemate out again. So again, with Ford being down and them holding mid, the onus is on them to try and make something happen. And Tripp's up on his respawn, so we should see him go back in shortly. Another lamb to the slaughter.
Yeah, at this point we're actually seeing Laz trying to be a nuisance behind. He's taking some health packs, he's drawn a scout and a soldier back.
I didn't realize he was behind. I just saw he went back, and I thought he had pogoed out back to the safety of his team. But yeah, he is behind. He's in the other team's lobby. It looks like Tripp and Yosh are trying to hunt him.
Oh, but this is a perfect opportunity. Ooh, I thought it was perfect option. I thought I saw Ascent players moving into the choke here, but looks like not. Yash will clean it up. Laz, the backline pain in their butt is done. May will go for a counter sack. Land some good damage on bot mode, but that'll be pretty much it.
Yeah, and Jay's gonna jump in from the cafe side. He's above his cafe. He's just gonna bomb out choke, gonna beat up with bot mode. Doesn't look like anybody else on the site was trying to go for anything. Yeah, they're just prodding, picking to see if they get anything. Yeah, he was actually in. He's gonna go down. Wasn't able to find any damage into Bear. So we are just gonna see things kind of stalemate out again. We should see Ford trying to kind of counter sack off the death of Yite here, especially too with only one scout from Slemnish. This is a decent opportunity for them to try and make something happen.
Yeah, right here, actually, it looks like they're trying to draw a lot of eyes towards Valley, so, and that indeed, there's an attempt for Tripp to nuke in onto the pick, but it will not work out.
Bear's gonna go down to Laz, though. And Bear was going for the crossbow kill, was able to pick bot mode, but the sneaky play from Laz is able to get in behind, and Bear drops his Uber, so just the scouts and the demo for Ford. Oh, he gets in. He's not gonna find anything, though. Ski's just, too far back for him, not giving him any opportunities to make a play onto him. It looks like Ascent is going to roll into mid, and they should be able to roll in the second with their full Uber head.
Yeah, very cheeky hiding spot from Yash. I think with a few more health points, he would have gotten it. He was a little low there, but will not find it, and now we find Skis pushing into Cafe with Slemnish, rest of the team residing in Choke and Valley, and it looks like they're going to be walking right into the soldier here, going to take out Tripp nice and early. Another soldier bomb in, but May is going to fall back as the rest
and
of the
Laz
team...
is going to get Bear again on the back line. Laz getting in from the Cafe side, or not Cafe, the Valley side, while his team is pushing in from Cafe. Bear's going to go down again with no Bear or Jarrett here. It's going to be a tough ask to hold this. Yoshi's up on the sniper while the other team doesn't have the cap. Or I'm sorry, Sandblast is on the sniper, but Sandblast versus the world. It doesn't look like he's going to get much here. He's not even going to get out of spawn. The two soldiers at the spawn door, bot mode on the other. It's going to be another round for Ascent here.
Yep, that will push it to 4-1, I believe, as we go into the 6th mid of the game. Ascent taking the first and maybe the second of the second half as we walk into mid here.
Yeah, Ford showed some life on the last mid, though. They were able to win it out. They weren't able to get much. Jarrett was waiting for an error, eating a ton of spam early. Goes down super weak before getting that. Bear's going to eat a bunch of damage as well, but they're going to get some damage on the Slemnish. Slemnish down to 8 HP. He's going to be the first death for the mid. Tripp's going to find that one. 3 players on the side of Ascent early. Sandblast and Jarrett are traded out on the other side of things, but with a 3v4, it looks like this is going to be an F150 mid.
Tripp's gonna find Skis and Laz in the back lines. It's just Yike left on top of mid. He's gonna try and get onto Bear, lots of damage, but nothing else. I'm very surprised the F-150 won that mid. They did a fantastic job of cleaning up late, but speaking of late, they shut up to mid a good 2 or 3 seconds after Ascent. The whole team.
Yeah, but looks like their coordinated aggression on that mid paid off for them. They were able to find the early pick on the Slemnish and then just strong arm the fact that they, you know, the huge scout part for Ascent was down, and 2 scouts versus the 1 of Yite. It's a tough ask for Yite to try and compete with 2 scouts.
Yeah. A solid mid victory there, as now Bear also has a full Uber advantage, looking to work it in here through lower as the Uber comes out onto Jarrett. They find the Sentry trying to pick it off. Its damage will finally come down now, as it's now the Demo and Soldiers, and now a Putis as well for Ascent trying to defend, but Jay will fall. Bear is going to as well, and it's not looking too good for F-150 right now.
Trip's gonna bomb in on the point. He's not gonna find anything. He's gonna get a post-mortem kill on the Slemnish, but it is just Yosh and Sandblast trying to make something, and Botmode's gonna pick Sandblast. Sandblast going for the cheeky peek in the last. Botmode said, "See you later, son." We're gonna see Yosh in the bush by the shutter of all things. Doesn't look like he's trying to go for a back cap. Oh, he's in onto Botmode. He's gonna get the force on the ski. Oh, I accidentally timed. I was gonna say, if the combo wasn't there, if the combo decided to go bad, so it would have been prime opportunity for a back cap. So some sneaky play coming out of Yosh. We're gonna see the aggression out of Ascent, trying to look for anything else, but Jay's gonna be the one to go down. Very, very poor health on the side of Ford, though. Sandblast and May ailing. They are going to meet up with Bear, get healed up, but it looks like Ascent is not happy with this. They're going to be trying to aggress into that, and they are going to get a pick onto May here. And we're going to see the bomb in from Laz going to trade out with Jarrett. Skis is down to 60 HP in the mid, and so is Bear, but it looks like the 2 scouts and the medic are going to make it out for Ford.
Yeah. Ooh, actually, we're going to see some re-aggression here as Ford walks in with Sandblast and Putis holding the W key at Ascent. Ascent are actually going to they're going to fall back and heal a little bit as they wait for their Demo and their Soldier to come in as the spawns, and it looks like it's going to be a full-out brawl here.
Yeah, I mean, this is spawn advantage territory for Ford, and they do have a small Uber. They're going to find Bomb Mode and Jay. Sandblast is in on the skis, and Sandblast is going to get skied. May and Sandblast are going to find 2 more. It is just Slemnish, and Slemnish is going to go down a full wipe. Going back to what I said earlier, it's those 10-15% advantages that, you know, really make the difference here between these teams. If you can push off a small advantage and teams don't expect it, that's where you get rounds, and Ford's going to take their second round, putting themselves back on the board.
High risk and very high reward for Ford Gaming as they take their second round. 2-4 here for those of you just tuning in. We will be going into yet another mid.
Yeah, and Ford was able to win out the last couple of them, so we'll see if Ascent is able to adapt. We're going to see a really fast bump out of Laz, taking the other team's Tetris early. Looks like Botmode and Laz are trying to find some early damage onto Jarrett. Doesn't look like they're going to find much, though. Trip is actually going to go down to bot mode. Laz is going to bomb in, try and get some damage onto Jarrett. Laz is just going to back up, though, after finding a decent amount of damage. May is going to go down with 3 down on the side of Ford. They are ailing on the side of Ascent. Bot mode, Skis, and Yite there for a moment, but they are going to collect some packs and get healed up, and they are going to claim this mid. But Bear was able to live, so they have the opportunity to hold last here.
Yeah, what I'm noticing here on these mids is that when Ford decide to play a meat mid with Ascent, play the same side as them, they seem to be taking the victory, even though they've been slower at the last 2 mids. But every time that they try and wrap and play the opposite side, it's gone all too poorly for Ford. But we do see Yosh in the back lines as sniper.
Yeah, he's on spy. Yeah, he's all the way into mid. He's going for the long con here. It looks like Ascent, you know, they're prodding in the lobby. They've capped up on 2. They're making sure they got their snack, but it looks like they heard him from a mile away, and Yoshi's not going to find anything there.
Yeah, well, it was actually Jay in the back lines. He saw him uncloak just as he went into the shutter, and now it looks like we're going to see aggression out of the top left. Counter sack here from Yite, or not Yite, bot mode, but it's going to find 2.
Yeah, so. Trip met Laz mid-air. Laz is able to find the direct, and with some support from his team, they were able to trade out the frag, but Laz went down shortly afterwards as he was pushing into Ford's territory. But it looks like Bear actually uses Uber and all that. I didn't see what happened, but Bear used his Uber. Yeah, and Skis still has it with the Sentry down. This is prime pushing time for Ascent as they are gathering up in the lobby here. Yeah, we do see the Yosh sniper, and it looks like the Sandblast heavy. They're just going to walk in from underneath. Laz going to go down early, having jumped into the Sandblast heavy. And Sandblast was actually behind on Heavy. I completely missed that. Trip's going to go down as well. 2 down on the side of 4. Yite and Jay are pretty hurt. They're going to meet up with Skis, trying to get healthy. They're going to push in on the left side. We're going to see the Soldier Bomb in from May. He's going to pick Skis, but they're going to all be going down on the side of Ford. And looks like it's going to be a 5-2 for Ascent.
Well, that is the game. Ascent will continue their string of dominance, 8-0 now in Invite, giving Ford Gaming their second loss. I thought that was a really interesting match.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was, pretty competitive, but again, it just seemed like the very little differences for Ascent. They just seemed a little more organized when things kind of devolved, and especially too when numbers started getting slim for each team. Ascent just kind of knew what to do more than Forward, and they seemed to just really, grind out those like late spam fights. They focused their spam a lot better, and late into DM fights, they just called their targets a little sooner. We were able to win out.
Yeah, I actually think the difference in coordination is really highlighted in that last fight, that fight for last. Because Ford had a few players in lobby. They had Sandblast, and I believe it was a scout or a soldier with him push into right side of lobby. And Ascent just kind of were already coordinated all together and left, or on the right side rather. So they wrapped around, pushed behind, killed the players in lobby, and then were able to clean up the few players remaining on last. Just sticking together.
Yeah, and so I don't know if we want to take a peek at the old stats here, console, but we have a tie for top frag tonight. Both Yite and Sandblast at a big 27. Looks like following up is going to be Laz at 21, and then Slemnish at 20. Looks like, it's pretty competitive. You see, your typical scaler. I think the one that stands out to me the most, though, is that Jarrett is in the single digits. He's over here at 9 frag.
Yeah, I think that's a little atypical of Jarrett, though as demo man sometimes it can be hard to put in the work if your team is disorganized, so might be an explanation.
Especially too on a lot of the mids. I think Laz did a very good job of just putting a lot of damage on him early, so he wasn't able to commit to, really trying to find frags. He was just looking for any damage that he can from at a long range. And I felt like Jarrett was pressured very hard that game, whereas on the other side of things, bot mode kind of had a little more free reign, and I think it shows bot mode going 19 for 9.
Yeah. Actually, despite the pressure that was put on him and his low kill performance, he was actually still the top in damage from his team, which is surprising to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's not atypical to see a demo on when you lose and you're playing demo for your team. There's a lot of opportunities, especially if you're doing a good job of living, which, relative to the rest of his team, Jarrett has a relatively low amount of deaths. There's a lot of opportunity for you to spam chokes for, getting 50 damage across 3 or 4 players that doesn't really end up mattering. Kind of just like padding your stats to slow down the other team. It's just putting up resistance against a push that should already succeed.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to see, but I don't think there's too many other things that are too interesting in these logs. Do you have any final thoughts on this matchup?
No, I think that's about all I got. Again, I just think that I think the big difference maker for this match was just Ascent just really had their roles down for these team fights, and when things devolved, Ascent knew what to do, whereas Sandblast and Co seemed a little lost on the side of Ford.
Yep. Well, I think that will do it. We'll start wrapping it up. We'll do some shoutouts. You got any, Frick?
Shout out to Looster.
Looster's a boss. Can we get hearts in the chat for Looster?
Yeah, and shout out to my boys over at Dunk Masters. Loving a big up an invite this season.
Oh yeah, you are rostered. You've played with them, haven't you, this season?
Yeah, I've played 2 matches for the Dunk Masters this season.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to say shoutouts to RGB4, June 22nd and 23rd, Oaks, Pennsylvania. Be there. It's going to be a good LAN. I'm running the production. It will be a TFTV production, so it will be of excellent quality. They're actually Ford Gaming are actually showing up, are they not?
Yes, they are getting Habib instead of Jarrett. However, Jarrett being from Texas, he's a little far from Philadelphia, but they were able to get their resident Canadian Habib to sub in for him for the LAN.
Resident Canadian. Other than that, I think I don't have too much. Oh yeah, and shoutouts to our production member, Mr. Azazel. This is his first production in I want to say 3 or 4 seasons. So putting in the work. Available this summer once more. Hopefully, we'll see him many more times observing Team Fortress 2 over the season and over where we're taken next after ESEA, I guess.
So yeah, I think that's. I don't know if you want to sign us off, but I think that's all we've got for tonight.
I think it is. And with that, thank you everyone so much for watching. This has been Forward Gaming versus Ascent. I've been Console, joined by FrickMyNick. Again, Azazel pushing the buttons on production, observing. Give him some big hearts in the chat. Thank you and good night.